Alright, we are down to the last topic, people-centered. And the speaker for this topic is me. Before I share anything, I just want to say that I'm in no position to teach you to be a better person or to tell you to do anything. Most of you I consider my seniors. For the number of years you've been in the market, for the experiences that you have, definitely is more than I have. Whether it is in business or in life. The reason why I'm sharing this topic today is because I want to remind myself that to become a better leader, this is what we have to imprint onto our heart and mind. Because my ear is nearest to my mouth. The things that I say, I'm the first to hear it. But at the same time, to remind all of us that if we want to succeed in life, we have to put people at the center of all. Earlier, Rose did mention not to put money at the center of it all. If we come into this industry because of money, it will be because of money that we live, isn't it? There's a saying in Mandarin, 财聚人散, 人聚财散. It is hard to translate word for word, but maybe after I explain, you will get what it means. 财聚人散 means that when wealth is gathered, the people will be divided. When people are all focused on the monetary aspect, the people will eventually divide. The latter part of the sentence, 人聚财散, means that when people are gathered, the money will then be divided among them. Which means to say that if we unite people, the wealth will be divided among this group. Boss always says that money has 4 legs. We cannot chase it because we only have 2 legs. So don't chase money. Why is this important? You see, in multi-level marketing or direct selling, we first have to understand that it's an industry of people. It is an industry that involves people, be it your group members or customers. You have to deal with people, all different sorts of people. People with different cultures, people with different characters. If we know how to work together with people, if we know how to treat people, if we know how to communicate with people, this life skill can allow you to succeed no matter which industry you are in. Do you agree? Since we are in Reway, it is also important I take Reway as a case study to discuss, as an example to learn from. When we lead someone, we should never use strength or power to lead someone. Because Reway doesn't use this method to lead us. Instead, Reway uses morals. What kind of morals? Through my sharing, maybe you'll be able to understand it deeper. You can see a lot of leaders. The reason why they have put down their previous careers and even closed down their businesses to join Reway, to bring the most important people to them in Reway, wholeheartedly be involved in Reway, is because they enjoy it here. They are extremely happy working here. Don't you think so? This is an extremely important factor. It is not because they can earn money here. Don't get me wrong. Money can be earned anywhere. But they are happy in this environment. When you feel uneasy working in the environment, when you feel unhappy, when you feel like you have no dignity, you wouldn't choose to stay in that environment or company. Especially those who are wealthier than average. Once they feel unhappy, they won't even want to stay for a second longer. They immediately want to leave. Don't you think so? You often hear such things happening on the outside. Many people, because of certain unhappiness, would choose to go out and do their own thing instead. But the funny thing is, in Reway, these kind of things seldom happen. Helen mentioned that Reway has 300 overstaff, and the number of people leaving Reway is close to 0. I believe you have also heard that certain staff in Reway can continuously receive 30 months bonus for consecutive years. Come to think of it, if you are the boss of the company, this kind of bonus will usually be given out to the person with the highest contributions to the turnover and sales of the company. If you have such big contributions, the company might have that slight chance of consideration to give that amount of bonus to you. If you don't have these contributions, don't even bother thinking about it. But the important thing is, the staff of Reway do not need to do any sales. There is no need for us to worry about the sales, and even if the company's performance isn't good, the staff do not need to be responsible for it. This bonus is based on the employee's attitude performance, not because of how skilled you are. Not everyone that come into Riway at first is extremely well skilled and capable, including myself. It is because they spend time to teach us one by one. They spend the efforts to lead us by example, to teach us how and give us chance to make mistakes and improve from. And only because of this, I become who I am today. This is one of the reasons why I've influenced many of my friends to come into this environment, and through the years have also cultivated them to become the general managers, deputy chiefs, and training instructors, playing vital roles in different markets. It is because Riway is focused on nurturing leaders one by one throughout the years. If you ask me, Riway does have the ability to hire a manager and place him in the highest positions. Riway can do that. But no, it is the same reason as in the beginning. Riway could have built a group by buying these seasoned leaders from the industry, but boss chose not to. Because each and every one started from the bottom, just like how I started from the executive position as well. And thankfully, be able to be in the position I am today. Big thanks to boss and Dr. Kenny for their unconditional leadership, continuously motivating me. But the more integral and important part of Riway is you, the leaders. Especially you leaders. If you look closely, especially at the people who have made money in Riway, these top leaders, you don't see that after they made a certain income, they are still more than willing to stay. The most importantly, Riway's management will continue to motivate you to worry that you might not be earning enough, worried that the car you drive is not big enough, worried that the house you stay is not big enough, to the extent to teach you how to do this business. If you don't know how, Riway will still continue to teach. To the point where you still don't know, Riway will help you to do it. A number of leaders will understand what I'm talking about. Can you find such a company out there? It is impossible. Do you know what this is called? Magnanimous. In other words, generous, forgiving, forbearing, to have a big heart. A group that will shrink and become smaller, it is often because the leader of the group doesn't have a big heart, unable to accept and accommodate a bigger number of people. As it has been mentioned throughout this training seminar, we are in the people industry. Therefore, between people, there will be friction, there will be misunderstandings, there will be unhappiness. It is inevitable. But no matter how hard you rub, it will not hurt, only hit. However, if there is a tiny cut on the hand, just a very tiny wound, even with the slightest friction, it will cause the wound to hurt very badly. Take for example, if two friends had a big argument and disagreement, it might result in them not working together or talking to each other. It's like a small cut. Once there's slight friction, it might cause pain. That wound has to heal. It has to cover up. It has to be solved in order to continue to work together. How? Be the magnanimous one. Take the first step. It is the simplest of words, but oftentimes most difficult to say. Words like, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Such a simple gesture can often work 1,000 wonders. You see, if your heart is big, if it is able to accommodate a certain kind of people, throughout the world, there are many people who are similar. The more you can accommodate, the more opportunity you have to succeed. And if you are able to accept this kind of people, your group will be able to accommodate them, resulting in growth. If you can accept a second kind of people, similarly, the same will happen. So don't let it be because of your small heart that stop your group from growth. Don't let it be because he or she is incapable, so you don't want them. Learn to be lenient to others, but be tougher on yourself. Don't expect others to learn how to do certain things first, and make sure you are the one who is most qualified. Like how Riway cultivates leaders into what they are today. Today, the next reason why Riway is constantly expanding, it is because it is leader-centered. It is distributor-centered. Riway has always put you leaders at the heart of everything we do. Every part of this business boils down to the leaders. You see, the sales turnover that you achieve generates your income. That is your money, correct? Yes. I can agree that it is your money. But the turnover that Riwei has is not boss money. If you know boss personally, he is one of the most selfless person that I know. If boss doesn't think that the money that Riwei earns is his, then whose is it? He has mentioned before that it is for the collective good. You might wonder, what do I mean by the collective good? It basically means for the organization, for the group. Who is the group? Who are the leaders? In other words, it is each and every one of you. Which means to say that the money that is earned is put back into the group to create more selling points, to help each and every one of you create bigger sales and earn more money, have a bigger income. This is a kind of virtuous cycle which can't be found anywhere else. As mentioned by a few speakers today, from the improvement of the product, without a doubt, there is definitely a price to pay, not only monetary wise. Organizing multiple large-scale events almost every single month without stopping, hoping that by doing this, you will be able to leverage from it and borrow the biggest strength possible for your group to grow, for you to have a bigger income. Is there really a need to do this? Boss always says that we should always invest in people, invest in your own group, invest in your leaders, and by continuously doing this, it is to set an example for each and every one of us to follow. It isn't because I am part of Riwei, that is why I'm sharing this and saying how good Riwei is. I'm sharing this with you because I too have experienced and seen this side of Riwei, from a staff's perspective, from a general manager's perspective, and I believe those who know Riwei have experienced this as well and know clearly what I'm talking about. Even though I've been in Riwei for 8 years, I don't think I have attained the level to be as people-centered as Riwei has shown. But I am thinking, if I'm not learning and cooperating with Riwei, where else can I do this? Where else can I find such an environment that continuously reminds me to better myself as a true leader? I hope that through my perspective today, we are all able to reach a conclusion and similar belief in Riwei. Thank you for attending the first leadership training seminar of the first quarter of 2021, 6 Principles of an Outstanding Leader. I hope that it has been a fulfilling and enriching experience for you today. With this, I conclude today's training seminar, wishing all of you good health, good fortune, and an advanced Chinese New Year to all. Thank you very much.